and you can find me on Instagram at Maggie Grove 2017. Today, I'm in Idlewild at Jen Savino's Sacred Living Space. You gotta come check it out. Super cool here. And we're gonna do hot Hatha Yoga. It's gonna be a very strong strengthening practice. The heat is optional. If you don't have a heater, you don't like the heat, but you want some strong Hatha poses, this is still a class for you. The heat brings that extra challenge in, helps open up the body, but just know you do what's best for your body. All right, let's come to standing. Feet together, toes and heels touching. Pull up on your thighs, squeeze your inner thighs together and squeeze your glutes. And we're gonna begin with our hands at the heart center. Just take a moment to focus your eyes on one still point and just take a few breaths in and out by your nose. Feel grounded through your feet into the earth. The navel gently pulls in and you feel a lift in your upper body. Let's begin with just some simple breathing. Let's inhale, circle the arms all the way up as you inhale, hands to prayer. Exhale, pull your hands back to your heart center. Inhale, lift up, stretch to the sky. Exhale, pull your navel in and feel your ribs wrap around your lungs. Good, so as you inhale, you're creating length in the spine. And as you exhale, you pull the navel in, you pull the ribs in, you pull everything right to that heart. And one more time, let's inhale. Stay keeping the breath by the nose for the rest of your practice. Please inhale your arms up over your head sideways. Interlace all 10 fingers, release your index finger, cross your thumbs, and let's just go right and left several times. Just feel the sides of the body start to open up, right and left, right and left. Arms and ears are together, legs are straight, thighs pulled up, glutes engaged. Let's stop in the center. Let's take an inhale breath. Feel the length of your spine as you inhale. And then as you exhale, gently bend your body over to the right. Good. Go to a point where you feel that first initial stretch on the left side of your body. And just hold it here. Look forward eye level. Chin is away from the chest. Arms back behind your ears. Straight arms as best you can. The body weight's in the heels of the feet and the legs are strong. Try to keep your breath even, in and out by the nose. It may not be a long, deep breath because you're exerting effort here in the pose, but the breath is an even inhale and an even exhale. And if you find yourself struggling to breathe in a pose, you might have gone just a little too far. Back off a little bit. Okay, now if it feels good, let's use that right hand to pull on the left. Yes. Feel that stretch down the left side of your body. Push your hips out to the left a little. See where you can go. Go to where you go. Oh, yes. Good. And come up to center. Take a moment. Take an inhale. Lengthen through the crown of the head. As you exhale, bend to the left. So go to that first initial stretch and just take a breath or two here. There's no rush. Great. You're pushing your hips out to the right as you're pulling your arms to the left. So on that right side of the body, you're getting a really deep stretch, like a bones to skin stretch. The body weight's in the heels, relax your toes. Squeeze your arms with your ears. Good. Keep the thighs pulled up, keep the glutes engaged. Now maybe you can go a little deeper. After you hold the pose for a few breaths, the body starts to, really trust and it starts to open as we hold these poses. We're gonna hold these poses today, everyone. Good. Use your left arm to pull on the right. Are you breathing? A nice even breath in and out by the nose. If you'd like, maybe a little deeper feels really good. Inhale up to center. Let's backward bend. You're gonna squeeze your glutes and push your hips forward. Inhale, lift your chest up to the ceiling. And as you exhale, drop your head all the way back. Your eyes are looking up on the ceiling. Good. Now begin to pull your arms back towards your ears. Arms back. Eyes back, hips push forward. Try to go back a little bit more, opening that front side of the body. Good. Inhale pulls you back up to center. Take an inhale. Exhale, bend your knees a little, come all the way down into a forward fold. Good. So this is our first forward fold. Bend your knees. You're going to bring your hands to the ground if you can. And then let's squat down a couple times. We're going to open the hips, the lower back. We're getting into all of it. Yes. Good. Straighten the legs if you can. And here you can bend your right knee as you push your left knee back. And then bend your left knee as you push your right knee back. So it's like you're walking in place, but the heels are on the ground. Right and left. Right and left. Now, this is really a big stretch for you. You can get a yoga block and just hang out here forward fold with a yoga block. Totally cool. If you want to pull into a deeper stretch, I'll show you how. You get your hands, you cup them, and you grab onto your right heel and your left heel. Wrap your elbows around the back of the legs. Drop your head down. Try to touch your face on the legs below the knees. You take an inhale breath, and as you exhale, begin to push your hips up towards the ceiling. Stomach on thighs, chest on knees, face on the legs below the knees, hips push up. Elbows wrap around the back of the legs. Each time you exhale, feel a deeper stretch. One more breath. Good. Let's change. Arms with the ears. Inhale. Come on up the same way you went down. Right foot steps out to the right. You do a nice big step. We're preparing for warrior two. Turn your right toes out and look down. You want your two heels in one line. Left toes in a little bit. Push your hips forward slightly, and now you're going to bend your right knee. Look over past your right fingertips, but also look down at your right foot. Ideally, the right knee and ankle are trying to be stacked, but just see what you can do. Now we're just going to hold warrior two. So the back leg, the left leg, the thigh is pulled up, the glutes engaged, and the outside edge of your left foot is firmly planted into your yoga mat. Good, you're looking to your right, looking over your right fingertips, and let's relax the shoulders down the back. Good, flip your right palm up, take an inhale, and let's reverse our warrior. So that back hand goes to the back leg. Right arm reaches up and feel whatever you're feeling. Everyone's gonna feel it somewhere different. But for me, a nice stretch on that right side of the body. Keep the right knee bent. Take another breath here. Good. Inhale back to warrior two. Great. Flip your palms to face the front. We're going to go into a Vishnu Ghosh triangle pose. Reach your right arm forward. And here you're going to bring your right elbow in front of your right knee. And maybe you can get your fingertips between your big and your second toe. Then if you can look up towards the ceiling, towards those left fingertips. If this is really too much, bring your forearm onto your thigh, right? You're just gonna work with whatever you have going on. The triangle that I'm teaching right now is a lot of abdominal strength. So there's no body weight on the arm against the leg, but your right elbow is gently pushing that right knee back. Stretch and reach your arms apart. Take another breath. Good, come up through warrior two. Straighten the right leg, right toes in, left toes in. Let's forward fold. Take an inhale. Exhale, forward fold, come on down. Good. I like to get my hands on the floor or a yoga block and kind of move my hips right and left a few times just to feel what's happening today in my body. Your choice. You can keep your hands on a block. You can stay here. If you want a deeper stretch, take your first two fingers, grab onto your big toe. Take an inhale, lengthen your spine. And as you exhale, bend your arms at your elbows, drop your head down. Good, so with this big forward fold, if your knees aren't bending, you're just gonna work on straightening out your legs. Once your legs are straight, pull up on your thighs. Body weight rocks into the toes. Bend your arms at your elbows. You take an inhale breath. And as you exhale, you pull a little bit to help lengthen your spine. Take two more breaths, and each exhale, you just go a little bit deeper. Good, arms out the side like a bird. Inhale, pull on up. Warrior two on the left side. So we turn the left toes out, look down. Two heels in one line, right toes in a little bit. Hips push forward, and now you're gonna bend your left knee. Adjust the width of your legs if you need to. So you're looking to the left, You glance down at your left knee, trying to get it to stack on top of your left ankle. Be sure the left toes are turned out. Just kind of check in for a moment. And then you just find your pose. You're in your warrior two. You're gazing over those left fingertips, finding a drishti point, a still point, there your eyes can rest. You're stretching and reaching your arms apart. The shoulders are down your back. Your right leg is strong and solid, and you're breathing. You're inhaling and exhaling through the nose while your body is gaining all this strength. And yoga is a science. So all these angles that we're creating with our body are helping the energy pathways to flow freely. Freedom, peace, and stillness with each pose, right? Great. Let's flip the left palm up. Right hand goes to your back leg. Reverse your warrior. On and inhale. Lift up towards the ceiling as you reach back. See what feels good on your head. You can look down at the ground. You can look over your right foot. Maybe it feels good to look up. What feels good for you? That's what you do. Good. Keep the bend in that left knee. Take another breath. Good. Come back to your warrior two. Let's go into that triangle pose. Palms flip forward. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, left elbow in front of the left knee. Maybe you get your fingertips down between your big and the second toe. Or maybe you're like, that's way too much. Bring your forearm onto your thigh. Bring your hand to a block. You got options. All right, but I'm just gonna talk about this triangle pose a little bit. Left elbow is pushing against the left knee. Navel is in, right leg is strong. Lift up, right? Feel a lift in your chest. If you can, look up past your right fingertips, only if it's okay for your neck. Take a breath. Good, come on up, nice strong pose. We are in warrior two. Straighten your leg. Let's bring the toes in, heels out. I love to open my shoulders, so I'm gonna interlace my hands at my lower back. Gonna inhale, just straighten my arms out to a degree that feels good. Take an inhale breath. Exhale, forward fold. Lifting your arms up. Now it's okay to bend your knees, right? If you're bending your knees, bend them. If you're ready for that big hamstring stretch, straighten them. Either way is fine. Lifting the arms up. Good. So here we are in our second forward fold. Focus on your breath. You're going to take an inhale. And as you exhale, let your head feel a little bit heavier. Each exhale, you're just surrendering down towards the ground. Good. Let's bring a little bend in the knees. Round up through the spine. Let's bring the feet a little closer together. Arms up over your head, palms in prayer. Pivot to your right. Look down. You want your two heels in one line. Or you can shimmy your right foot over a little bit to the right. Back toes in, 45 degrees. Bring your right hip back, your left hip forward. Pull up on your thighs. Pull your navel in. Feel strong. Feel your chest lift. Feel grounded through your legs. You're going to take an inhale. And as you exhale, tuck your chin to your chest. Look at your navel, your belly. Pull it in. Round down. Now, if you need to, bend your knee. Wherever you're at, get your hands on the floor. It's okay if your knee is bent. What you're going to try to do is get your forehead to your knee. So bend your knee to get your forehead to the knee. Or if you can straighten it, then straighten it. I'm going to bend mine. Okay, in this pose, the navel's in. The highest point of the ceiling should be your middle back. You're like a cat. Right hip back, left hip forward. Good. We're doing lots of compression here of the glands, flushing out the kidneys, lots of good stuff. When you're done, hands come back to prayer. Navel pulls in, and you round up. There's so much strength to be gained transitioning in and out of poses, so take your time. Pivot to the front, pivot to your left. Check out the heels, all right? Two heels in one line or left foot out a little to the left. Pull up on your thighs. Pull your belly in. Take an inhale. Exhale, tuck your chin to the chest. Round down through your spine. Come on down. Great. Bend your knee when you need to. Get your hands on the floor for stability. With your hands on the floor, feel your hands push away from the floor to help you round your spine. You got the right hip forward, left hip back, forehead to the knee, hands to prayer when you can, or maybe just keep them on the floor. It's a compression pose. It's not so easy to breathe in this one, right? So just little sips of air in and out by the nose. And let's change. Straighten your legs, hands in prayer. Come on up. Pivot to the front. Feet together, arms down by your side. Good. Take an inhale and an exhale. Great. We're going to repeat that sequence one more time. Please inhale your arms up over your head. Interlace your fingers, release your index finger, pull up on your thighs. Take an inhale. Lengthen your spine as you exhale, stretch and reach over to your right. So you've been here once before. Your muscles, your body has that memory. So go right into where you left off. Adjust your body slightly. Let's bring that left hip forward a little bit, right hip back. Pull your navel in. Squeeze your arms against the ears. Right shoulder forward a little, left shoulder back. Come on down if it feels good. Inhale to center. Inhale, reach up through the crown. Really feel the length of the spine. And then pull that length all the way over to the left. Good. Keep the body weight in the heels. Chin away from the chest. Are you breathing? Good. Right hip forward. Let's bring that right shoulder back. Right? We want to keep our chest open. Try to lock out your elbows. Pull into this pose if you'd like. Inhale, come on up. Backward bend, squeeze your glutes, push your hips forward. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, drop your head back. Look up at the ceiling. And now pull your arms back towards your ears. Good. Arms back, look back. Body weight in the heels. Squeeze your glutes, push your hips forward. Come on down. Inhale to center. Take a breath. Forward fold. Bend your knees if you need to. Come on down. All right. Wow. So much warmer the second time. Second time around. Bend your knees right and left. Right and left. Okay. Now let's say you cannot grab your feet, but you're really trying. What you can do is grab on to the back of your calves. Reach your fingers down towards the backs of the feet. I'll do it like this time to show. Grab the backs of the ankles. Wrap your elbows around the back of the legs. Drop your head. Try to get your face to touch the legs below the knees. Take an inhale breath, and as you exhale, push your hips up towards the ceiling. Shoulders are away from the ears. Crown of the head reaching down towards the top of the feet. Hips lifting up towards the ceiling. Take another breath. Yes, change. Come on up. I am getting really hot. Feels good. All right. Step out to the right. We are here to feel good. Yes. Right toes turn out to the right. Left toes turn in. Warrior two, bend your right knee. Been here once before. Let's say your arms are feeling heavy. An option, flip your palms up. Give a slight bend to the elbows. As you do that, feel your shoulder blades slide down your back. And then you can stay like this. This might be good. You can extend the arms. You can brace the palms down. Let's reverse our warrior. Take a breath. Good. Keep your right knee bent. Keep your left leg strong. Here you go, stretch. Good, warrior two. Take an inhale, reach forward, palms up forward. Come on down, see where you can go. Bring your hand to a block if you need to. Bring your forearm to your thigh. Or maybe you're trying to get your fingertips between your big and the second toe. It doesn't matter. What matters is that you're able to find a place within each pose where you can be still and breathe. There's your yoga practice. Good, come on up. Return to warrior two, straighten your leg. Toes in, let's forward fold. See what feels good. Take an inhale. Exhale, come on down. All right, you can grab onto those big toes if you want to. I'm gonna grab onto my heels this time. Cupping my hands. Getting a grip on the heels, take an inhale. If you're doing this pose that I'm doing, legs gotta be straight first. If they're bending, just work on straightening them. Once they're straight, you can bend your arms at your elbows and begin to pull. Bring some body weight forward into your toes. Go a little deeper. Change. Come on up. Just turn the left toes out. We got warrior 2 on the left side. Building lots of strength in the body. Strong body, good. Maybe you want to flip your palms up, maybe to bend your elbows. Play around with it. See, if we find a moment where there's a challenge, sometimes we need to sit in that challenge. Then other times, we just need to make a slight adjustment. And then it's like, I can just settle into this, right? Good. Let's reverse our warrior. Take a breath. Stretch and reach. You can look down. You can look up. But you're breathing. Connecting with your body. Good. Revisit warrior 2. Flip your palms. Here you go. Come on in. What feels good? What do you feel like your body needs, right? This is a very strong pose, this type of Trikonasana. It's a very strong triangle. But sometimes I just need to bring my forearm to my thigh. And then here, I can really lift up through my right fingertips. I can really feel my navel engage. Feel that right thigh pull up and the outside of that right edge of the foot into the floor. Can feel my left foot grounded, right? Good. And then we're gonna come up to warrior 2. Straighten our leg, toes in, heels out. This time, we're gonna get the feet together. Bring your arms up, hands to a prayer, thumbs crossed. Pivot to your right. Even off the 2 heels. Take an inhale. Exhale, chin to chest. Compression, thyroid and parathyroid. We're gonna flush out the adrenals. Good, separate your hands on the floor, bend your knee if you need to, but the pose is getting your forehead to the knee. Good, forehead on the knee, you're getting stimulation of that pituitary and pineal gland connection. It's all a science. All these little angles, these pressures, these points, they all have a whole mastery behind them. Good, when you're ready, hands to prayer, round on up. Pivot to face the front. Pivot to the opposite direction. Great. Inhale. Exhale, chin to chest, round on down. If you need to bend your knee, hands on the floor. Great. Forehead to the knee. Pull your navel in, look at your belly, try to get it up off of your thigh. And when you're ready, hands in prayer, round on up. Pivot to the front, feet together, arms down by your side, and just take a breath. Let's get into some balancing. Bring your body weight onto your left leg and pull up on your left thigh, your left glute, and you're gonna use a lot of abdominal strength here. To begin with, bring your right thigh up so it's parallel to the floor, and you can just grab your leg from underneath. Good, be sure your spine remains straight. Navel is in. Sometimes we tend to lean back. Let's just keep nice and stacked. Shoulders on top of the hips, on top of your ankle. Great, you can stay here. This is enough, this is enough. If you're gonna move on, take your first 2 fingers, see if you can grab onto your big toe. If you can move on, you're gonna try to straighten out your leg. And if you'd like, opening your leg to the side and just take a breath. So wherever you are, you're just finding a place where you can balance and take a few breaths. And if you want a challenge, you have plenty of options I just showed. Great. Come back to center of the leg if you've gone out. Come back here, so we're all meeting here. We're gonna bend the left knee, bring your hands to your hips, and you're gonna step back into crescent pose. I'm gonna give you a profile view. All right, this is what we're doing. Left leg is forward. You're back on your right toes. Hands on hips. Bend your right knee. Okay, with the right knee bent, you feel your tailbone lengthen. Feel your navel pull in and bring your right hip forward and your left hip back. If you need to stay here, stay here. There's a lot of balance, there's lots of abs. If it feels good, you can straighten out your back leg. When you're ready, arms up over your head. Interlace all 10 fingers. Release your index finger, cross your thumbs, arms and ears together. Take an inhale and bend your body to the left. Good, keep reaching back through your right heel. Great, feel that awesome stretch in the body on that right side. Good, come back to center. You can keep your arms here if you want that challenge. I'm bringing my hands to prayer. You're gonna scooch forward. Bring all the body weight onto that left foot and warrior three. I like to point my right toes. Some people like to flex, whatever you want to do. Drop your right hip down. It's okay if you can't go as deep. Maybe you're just here working on your balance. This is great, but go to where your level is. Good. Feel the crown of the head reaching forward, toes reaching back. Standing split. Bring your hands to the ground. Okay. If you have a block, you can use that. I need a little micro bend, especially on my left knee. That's my sensitive side. So here, you're gonna lift your right leg up, drop your head. Let's inhale, right leg up, and as you exhale, bend your left knee and bring your right knee to the outside of the left knee. Inhale, lift your leg up. Bend the knees side by side. Inhale to standing split. Exhale, bend the left knee, right knee to the outside. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, knees side by side. Let's inhale up. Take a breath. Good. Bend both knees side by side. Forward fold. Inhale is your halfway lift. Ooh, yes. Exhale is your forward fold. Inhale, bend your knees if you need to. Round the arms, come on up. Exhale, hands to your heart. And just be still. Feel your heart beating. You know, shifts are happening. I can feel it. It's great. Okay, right leg. We're balancing on the right side. So bring all your body weight onto your right leg. Pull up on your right thigh, your right glute. The navel's in. You're feeling lifted in the upper body. Bringing your left thigh up, parallel to the ground. Woo! Okay, so to help you balance, eye gaze is forward, finding one spot to direct your gaze. You can stay here. If you want more of a challenge, first two fingers grab onto your big toe. And then this might be good. It might be hanging out here. If you're moving on, left foot can go forward. If you're moving on, you can open it up. Just one step at a time. Wherever you are in your pose, you're breathing. Finding a moment of stillness, connecting with breath. And then release when you're ready, coming out of the pose the same way you came in. You're gonna bend that right knee. You're gonna step back into crescent. I'll give you the profile view again. Okay. Let's bend the left knee. Right hip back, left hip forward. And when you're ready, straightening out that back leg. When you're ready, arms up over your head, release your index finger, cross your thumbs, arms with the ears. Good. Really reaching back through that left heel. Bend the body to your right. Arms are back with your ears. You're keeping a bend in your right knee. If it feels good, use your right hand to gently pull on your left. Go a little bit deeper if you'd like. Good, come up through center. Good, you keep your arms here. Bring your hands to prayer, preparing for warrior three. So you bring your body weight onto that right leg. The right leg is strong and solid. And maybe you're just going here with your warrior three. Okay, go to where you can, wherever that is. I'm gonna come down a little more. Reaching forward through the crown. Reaching back through the toes. Left hip is down. Stretch and reach in opposite directions. When you're ready, hands to the floor. Bend your right knee a little if you need to. Drop your head down. Lift your leg up. If you need to, bring your hands onto a block. Let's inhale the leg up. Then as you exhale, bend the knees and bring your left knee to the outside of the right knee. Inhale, lift it up. Bring the knees together side by side. Inhale, lift. Exhale to the outside of the right knee. Inhale, lift. Bring the knees side by side. One last time, you're going to inhale, get a nice stretch. And then from here, bring your feet together, side by side. Bend your knees. Let's inhale, halfway lift. As you exhale, bring your palms to the ground. Step back into plank pose, like an upper push-up. If this is too much, come down onto your knees. Take an inhale. Exhale slowly. Lower down to the ground. Good. From here, interlace your hands at your lower back. Straighten out your arms. Push your hips down into the ground. Push your toes to the ground. Make your legs strong. And inhale, just lift your upper body. And then if you'd like, you can lift your legs up too. But just take a breath or two here. And gently release down. Bring your hands on the floor and push back into a child's pose. So your forehead's on the ground, your knees are open. If this is uncomfortable, you can stack your hands or fists on top of each other to rest your head. You can put your head on a pillow or a block. Take a few deep breaths. And let's walk the hands over to the right. Move your head and torso a little bit. Now you're anchoring down the left hip as you stretch and reach out through the left fingertips. And just breathe. As you inhale, feel that breath opening your body. Feel your breath in your body as you breathe. And walk your hands through the center and to the opposite direction. So here, the right hip is down towards the right heel, reaching out through those right fingertips. And you're feeling a sensation in your body. So as you inhale into that sensation. And as you exhale, just sink a little deeper into the pose. Each time you inhale, you're breathing into that sensation. And walk your hands to center. One more breath. And slowly come on up, rounding up through the spine. Now, if you're comfortable sitting with your hips on the heels, you can stay like this. But if you're not, you can just come into easy pose with your legs. So find a comfortable seated position for you. And let's do some eagle arms. Palms face up. Inhale here, open your arms. Let's bring the right arm underneath the left. You're going to make an X. Bend at the elbows. Flip your palms so your thumbs are facing your face. And then if you can, maybe you can interlace your fingers, bring your hands in a prayer, or this might feel impossible. So cross your elbows, grab onto your shoulders. Let's say like you're really close, you could use a strap. So see what's going on. Okay, so wherever you're at, you're feeling something in your body. If you're able to do the full wrap, let's lift the elbows up off of the chest and reach your elbows forward and reach your wrists a little bit forward so that they're in alignment with your elbows. And then, feel around. You might want to bring your arms up a little down. But feel like you're twisting your arms together. So like you're pushing your elbows into each other and your wrists into each other. It's creating compression on the joints. And now I love eagle arms because as you inhale, breathe into that upper back. As you inhale, just breathe into all that space you're creating in your body with your breath. And if you haven't done that yet, one last breath. And gently release. So we're going to open the arms up and opposite arms. Now the left arm on bottom, right arm on top. Perhaps you're grabbing onto your shoulders here. Maybe you can grab onto your hands. Maybe you're just grabbing onto a finger. Just do what you can. Every day is different. All right, now feel the elbows press into each other and the wrists press into each other. Elbows lift off the chest. Reach your elbows forward, wrist a little forward. And find that sweet spot. Just find that spot where your body goes, oh, right? It's like you're in a pose and you find that spot and it's like, stop, just stay right here. Just stay here. I've got mine, and so I'm just going to breathe. As you inhale, you breathe into that sweet spot and you allow the breath to do all the work. There's only so much we can actually do, right? Then we just got to let go and breathe and trust that that's enough. Good, one more breath. And let's gently release. You're going to get into camel pose. You're going to stand up on your knees. I'm going to do my camel pose today with my toes tucked under. You might want to keep your feet flat, but toes tucked under is kind of nice too. Bring your hands to your lower back, fingers down, thumbs on the outside. You're going to lift your chest up to the ceiling, push your hips forward, and like you're rounding over a big exercise ball, you're going to drop your head all the way back. But I can't talk and drop my head back. So drop your head back, push your hips forward, and if you can, you might be able to grab your right hand to your right foot and your left hand to your left foot. You might not be able to grab your feet. If not, keep your hands on your lower back. Trying to keep your hips and your knees stacked and perhaps your hips a little more forward. I'll get into the pose to give you a visual if you need one. And when you're done, bring one hand at a time to your lower back. Sit your hips down on your heels and just take a breath. You can stay seated like this or come back cross-legged. You're going to take your right hand and grab onto your left ear and just drop your head to the right. So you're not pulling on your ear, just the gentle weight of your hand on your head, as you can feel, is more than enough. And then with your chin, go slow. You might want to like bring it down a little or up. You'll find that sweet spot once again, somewhere in your neck, and then you do nothing. Now there's nothing to do, right? You just feel. Feel what's happening in the body. Keep your breath calm. Relax your eyebrows, relax your jaw, and you simply just breathe. Great, one more breath. And gently release. And now the left hand grabs onto the right ear. Be sure that right shoulder's down and not hunched up. And then gently just dropping the head to the left. You can bring your chin down a little, to the side, up. There's my spot. So now just be still. And then you just breathe. And if your mind is really already on to what's happening next, just see if you can drop into the body. How about just feeling? Can that be enough? And maybe it's not, so then focus on the breath. Feel your breath move in and out by your nose. You can feel the breath as you inhale, brush against the nostril hairs. And as you exhale, you can feel your breath exit by your nose, right? So many different ways that we can work. And gently release. Woo. Let's bring our hands to our lower back, interlace the fingers, straighten the arms as best you can. Give you profile if you'd like a view of this. And then as you inhale, just, maybe this is enough. Maybe you can just start to straighten your arms, right? If you're moving into a deeper stretch, the arms can start to lift. The heart, just starts to open. You can bring your gaze up a little. And then you just breathe. You just breathe into your body. Opening that front side. Gently release. And let's bring our legs out in front of us. And let's shake them out a little bit. Flex and point, flex and point. Great, let's do a nice forward fold. So if you're sitting here and your spine is really rounded, grab a pillow or something to elevate your hips to sit up a little. It's really gonna help if you need it. Let's flex the feet, arms up over the head, take an inhale. And as you exhale, you're gonna dive forward and down. And you've got choices, okay? If you're going hardcore, you want to pull into it, you get your 2 fingers, you grab onto your 2 toes, you take an inhale, and as you exhale, you pull on your feet. Maybe you're just grabbing onto your feet, dropping your head and rounding your spine. Or let's say you can't grab your feet, just put your hands on the floor, wherever they can reach, and then just drop your head. And you're just gonna focus on your breath. So physically, you've gotten into your pose, wherever you're gonna grab onto or place your hands, and now you're just gonna breathe, okay? So as we inhale, we create space in the body, and as you exhale, just allow yourself to release into that space. So subtle, very, very subtle. We inhale, create the space, and as the exhale, you can go a little bit deeper. Let your head hang and be heavy. Relax your jaw, relax your eyebrows. One more breath. And gently come on up. Let's come laying onto the back. Bend your knees. Cross your right leg over your left, just like you're crossing your legs sitting in a chair. Scoot your hips to the right. Left hand on top of the right knee. Drop your knees over to the left. Bring your right arm out to the right and just take a few breaths in this nice side, this nice spinal twist here, and just breathe. So wherever you're feeling sensation in your body, inhale into the sensation. Something else you can play around with is each time you exhale, think relax, relax, relax. Or perhaps just focusing on the breath moving in and out by your nostrils, feeling that. So you've got, there's all kinds of wonderful ways to connect and anchor the mind inside the body. Great, let's come back through center. Even the hips off. Wrap your left leg over your right. Scoot your hips to the left. Right hand on top of the left knee. Drop the knees over. Opposite arm. So ideally, try to keep both shoulders on the ground. Try to anchor the shoulders down. You're at the very end of your practice. So now you're just going to surrender. Really feel your body on the ground. Feel how gravity is supporting the pose. And if you haven't yet, take a nice conscious breath. Just allowing yourself to be still. One more breath. And gently come back through center. Even the hips. From here, bring your legs together. Let's take an inhale breath. Try to get your nose in between your knees. Squeeze your face, squeeze your glutes, squeeze everything tight, 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 tight. And then on your exhale, let it all go down to the ground in Savasana. Open your legs to a position where they feel good. Your arms a little further away from your body. Close your eyes. Relax your jaw. Let the outside creases of your eyes reach towards your ears. And just feel heavy down into the ground. Just allowing a few moments of peace and rest in the simulation of your yoga practice. This pose is called Savasana, and it is a complete yoga practice unto itself. So you could do this for 20 minutes to restore balance to all the systems of your body. Very beautiful practice. And let's take an inhale. Exhale by the mouth. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. Stretch your arms up over your head and flex and point your feet a few times. Good, and let's rub the soles of the feet and the palms of the hands until they feel nice and warm. From here, you can roll over onto your side and sit up, or you can rock and roll like a ball a few times. Really feel your spine. And come up into a comfortable seated position, and let's rub our palms together again in prayer. Feel that heat. And then just still them into the heart. And take a moment to close your eyes. And gently bring your eye gaze up towards your eyebrows and gently into your third eye. That third eye is the seat of your intuition. And just take a moment to continue to connect. May our yoga practice be for the benefit of all beings. May we continue to connect with ourselves and spread this wonderful light within us with all beings we come into contact with. It's been great practicing with you today, and I look forward to our next time together. Namaste.